Good evening, everyone. My name is Laura Schifrin. I'm calling the meeting to order of the Towns and Properties Committee at 5:12 p.m. on March 27th. Like a roll call vote, please. Myers present.
Scott Hayes present.
Laura Schifrin present. Along with us is Jody. Review and approve minutes of January 9th, 2023. Do I hear a motion?
The motion to approve the council property minutes from January 9th.
Any discussion? Hearing none, I'd like a roll call vote for approval.
Julie Byers, yes.
Scott Hayes, yes.
Laura Schifrin, yes. Additions or deletions? And Jody? Discuss info. Okay, treasurer collector is not going to be. Discuss the processes set forth in the charter for town properties, including the budget. Okay, so while Jody's getting us that, I'd like to just review a little bit on the two condos at Pine Ridge, where the treasurer collector has taken for tax liens, and this was filed November 27th. Is that 22? Filed in 2022. This one here is 2023, January 16th. So I'm going to reiterate what I stated earlier, and that is that perhaps either the town administrator who has a law degree, or maybe he should be consulted first. If he doesn't know, then Adam. Because to my knowledge, the law is after there's a foreclosure, or unless it's different with the tax title taking. Well, because it's okay. I mean, to have something like this go on for years, when in fact, when you're doing a foreclosure, you can't get more than 6 months in the state of Massachusetts. So I guess we need to find out on that one what the legal opinion is. Where's the answer? Who filed an answer?
I think the town would. Yeah.
Town council filed an answer to the complaint.
Yeah, I mean, you only have 20 days to file an answer. But the answer doesn't really. It's like yes, no, no, no. So it's not a substantive document.
Well, if we could find that out, because I know that the Housing Trust was thinking they were going to have something to work with affordable housing in those 2 units. So perhaps we could find out, and then maybe from a real estate perspective, speak with town council about what, if any, negotiating we do, or if in fact they really do have a case past 6 months. So we were going to discuss the charter, and this section 127.
Yep.
For town properties. Okay. So the Board of Selectmen shall annually appoint a 7-member committee to be known as the Town Properties Committee, charged with advising the Board of Selectmen with maintenance, acquisition, and sales of all town-owned properties. So we have the outline of how the membership of the appointments are taken. And right now we have 5 members. We're missing somebody from conservation
Highway.
and highway. Okay. And they have been notified and asked several times. Just as a side note, since we're being recorded, the person doesn't have to be from the highway department or conservation committee to represent those boards on this committee. So if you have any interest in properties in town.
Well, I serve on it.
I don't think you can choose them.
Large now.
But you could
get another person.
Oh, yeah.
You want conservation, if conservation votes to have you as the member, that would free up a general member.
That might be easier.
And that might be easier than.
Where's Andrew? It's a good thought.
Yeah. I would almost wait though till June
Yeah.
to restructure that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Well, just putting it out there, people. If anyone's interested, let us know. Or fill out a volunteer form. Property inventory. Board will maintain a standing inventory list of town-owned real estate and personal property. Such inventory will be annually updated with each town department notifying the committee of newly acquired or recently disposed of property. The committee will annually furnish the town accountant with an updated inventory listing. So the when they say property acquired by the town, that would really just be through the treasurer because of any takings. I'm asking a question. Okay. So that's why I think a few months ago we had the treasurer come in because we heard about those condos, and then that is definitely a communication that should be open to us so that we know what's on the horizon, look into it, what we are now, and then give a recommendation. Yeah. She just couldn't be.
Yeah, that was I should have reminded her I did it. That was my bad.
Judy, in your defense, you're doing this out of the goodness of your heart. So
Thank you.
Yeah. Really appreciate it. So then it says the TCP will prepare for the Board of Selectmen an annual property maintenance proposal and a proposed budget.
Right.
We have never done that.
no, right. But yeah, we kind of talked about it. Now we're thinking if you could start doing it, then we propose for 2024, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what the charter says now. So
yeah,
okay. I don't recall it in the past, and Kevin knows. I mean, we served together a long time back with Struthers, and
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
you know, so
20-something years.
we never. I mean, Struthers used to chair it, and
well, it would be nice to have a little bit of money because, like, if that Warren Road property, if we had been able to pay somebody to go out and look at that,
right,
you know,
yeah.
so
Yeah, so
Probably.
Well, okay, so you're from finance. So how can we abide by the charter here and get with finance, and what do we set up?
I had discussion with Eric, the town administrator. The town property, there's not going to be a separate line item on the budget. Again, we're only advisory, but what we're going to do is start with a single line item for this year that puts professional services for town properties in, so that there's a line. So when we have a recommendation to pass to the Board of Selectmen, we can recommend that they need a survey or evaluation of the property, and there's a little bit this year.
How much is a little bit?
5,000.
oh, so you were able to get in for 23? I mean, for 24?
24.
Well, good for you. Thank you.
It's 24,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Right.
again, they're going by the charter.
I know, but we
You
didn't
know,
know anything about it.
right, but-
Unfortunately,
but
John found it.
finance
Yeah.
does because, right?
I only know about it because of this,
Right.
because
Yeah.
I read the
Right.
charter. So I just worked and we had that conversation, that nobody on this board would have signature authority to approve purchase orders and recs and things like that that would come in. So, and again, we're only advisory. So rather than us being able to do that, we would make our recommendation to the board of selectmen about a property and recommend that they use some of that money to
In that line item.
in that line.
Oh, that's good.
So
Okay.
it's a start. You know, it's
Okay.
kind of like, but as we go forward and we have more time, we think about how we would prepare.
Right.
That, you know, what do we think we're going to recommend 4, 5, or 6 properties be sold that have been surveyed or evaluated something before. So I just went with roughly the 2 that we're transferring to cemetery.
Yeah. Yeah.
That lot and the one that we do. So I said we start with a little bit.
Okay.
That's
See where-
Good idea.
Okay.
Thank you.
Certainly better than nothing.
Right, it takes care of us for last year when we said, you know, when you coordinated and said, I'm going to survey these properties. Like, I'll put the money. It's not
Right.
like nobody had it.
Right, yeah.
At least this is now.
A little. That is a little
Yeah.
for an engineer.
As my
survey.
father-in-law would say, it's better than a stick of mine.
Yeah.
In certain circumstances, under some circumstances, I would imagine that find the money
It-
to, you know, for
It's,
you know,
yeah. It's,
It is
it's-
better
do
that
it
there's
somehow.
always.
right, they have a professional services line, but they would generally use that for something like
obviously, yeah.
other professional services that, you know, whether it's an attorney or
Yeah.
as they did, they hired somebody to come in and evaluate or the electric rate.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
kind of like, so that's what their professional services line. So this one's going to be separate from that.
Okay.
Specifically for the town properties.
Okay. Super. Great. Thank you.
So FY25 will, yeah, we'll have a little bit more time on the runway
Right.
to see it, and we can look at if we're active, how many properties we think are going to be recommended.
That type of service.
That type of services or something we had. One of the things that comes to mind, you mentioned the properties we have. Does it make sense that we have maintenance and cleaning service months just to keep them, get some eyes on
The other thing,
Yeah, that's
you
what
know,
Just
heat coming
because-
out, all the pipes frozen,
Yeah.
you know, all the
I'm
things
sure
that.
all of
nobody
those
went to expect it. They took it on paper, but that's it.
Right, and if we take a single family home, do we need to prepare it and winterize it
Yeah.
to make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
that
definitely.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like, so there are going to be services there that need to be covered. So we can see all the reasons, and it's not a normal property that gets maintenance and repairs like town hall and the fire stations. They have their own budgets.
I think this all started too because of how they did the last 2 auctions without really, I mean, by selling it to Mr. Cooper company there out there
Mhm.
or whatever, and without really checking with town properties because you have people in real estate and assessing on this property board and somebody who knows the whole town and finance to make a recommendation to say, hey, let's go look at these properties first before you go dump them.
Bingo. That
Okay?
was my argument or not.
Right. The last time, and then this one snuck up on us, this last one, and then that's when we heard about these other 2 tax types. We need to know this before that happens, before it goes to auction and before it goes to tax title. Or if she's starting tax title, we have to know where the process is. How much time do we have? You know, kind of thing. Because this is, I think it's a loss to the town.
And it wasn't, that was a big one.
Both times. So, okay, so let's finish, can I go on and this will all just be for the record. So that others in town knows what the charter says about our committee. 127-5, property acquisitions and sales. TCP is charged with assisting the Board of Selectmen in reviewing all proposals for the acquisition or sale of real estate. Within 90 days after receiving written notification by the Board of Selectmen of a proposal to acquire or sell real estate, TCPs will report back to the Selectmen with a report containing recommendations as follows. A, the property's strategic value to the town. The findings. B, the findings of any appraisals prepared to determine the property's worth. C, findings of site visits, engineering studies, and environmental assessments. D, a post-acquisition management plan to ensure ongoing property maintenance. E, proposed language for town meeting articles, and F, suggested means for funding the acquisition. All of those things we may have talked about in the past, but I don't think it was written anywhere, and nobody really took us seriously when we said, you know, certain things. But now, with all the expertise that's on the Town Properties Committee, this is exactly what we have the ability to do. And then 127-6 advisory role. The role of the TCP shall be advisory only and shall not supersede the role or duty of any other board or officer empowered by the statute. Okay, we understand that. But again, there's a lot of knowledge and expertise on this committee that it's a shame for free to waste that. Okay. Any other business to be done for us tonight? For the next meeting, we'll have the treasurer and look at the list of properties again. Okay, and hopefully know what is going on with this.
Yeah, so I'll speak to Eric and
Let me know.
see what he has to say, and he wants me to talk to legal counsel.
Okay. And again, can we do call of the chair when there is any business that we should discuss? Because we may want to meet sooner rather than later if we get information that needs to be discussed.
Yeah, and once I talk to him, and if I have to talk to Adam, then I'll send you guys all an email and let you know just what folks, if there's anything that we need to attend.
Okay.
And I'll review that list to see if I can update it, because I don't think it's been updated, maintained, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know that much has changed.
Yeah.
Right.
The last time it was
Well,
really
the
done.
last time it was done was before we voted to transfer those properties to the housing trust.
I don't even think it was that much. I think that was just still the old list.
I think the last time it was thoroughly done was when Sharon Chapman was with him.
Okay, so then can you do that on your end?
We should
As assessor to remove the ones
That are gone off
that
of
are
it.
gone,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
and then we know what we have left?
Yeah.
I don't know if there have been any more acquisitions though, since we did that.
I don't think so. I don't think we have any rubbish.
Okay, just update it.
Yeah,
So we'll
it
do
would
that.
just be like the Highland parcel going under highway, because I'm sorry, cemetery.
Yeah.
And
Right.
just kind of cleaning it up a
Yeah.
little
Right.
bit.
And the housing trust and
Right.
whatever else. Okay.
Do we want to be involved with that? I don't know what happened after that survey came out for those 3 parcels.
Oh, library.
Yeah.
The old fire station and that other building near the harbor.
Yeah.
And
I don't know.
yeah, remember?
Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah, like
And
what's going on with those?
I can ask him about that. Yeah.
I'll ask the town administrator because
Isn't
the one in the
Isn't it
harbor
correct?
is a brownfield.
They were trying to figure out which
Is it?
one. Yeah.
I think that was the
But
old.
that, but I
fire-
think just the survey. They were trying to see
Oh.
what the town.
No, that's one of them.
Yeah, I thought there was, is there 2 fire
It's,
stations?
well,
and
it's
the
the old harbor.
Right.
Yeah.
Fire station.
Okay,
Then we have the center.
the nice
Fire
one.
station.
Yeah.
The
And-
brick.
yeah.
And then the other one
Was
was,
the library.
yeah,
Oh, the
our
library. Oh, those
Um,
3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, but it wasn't the other, the other building was the
sure?
old carpet historic.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
right.
one I was,
Yeah,
You were talking about
that's
that one?
Brownfields.
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
there was on the,
A gas
on the-
station.
Yeah,
there was a gas station
Yeah.
and then the
Yeah.
carpet.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
47 years ago.
there
Yeah, the
was
bank
on the
was
supplemental warrant in January was a warrant to put that up for weeks. But you understand is
Which one?
the carpet
Oh,
place
for
on Main
lease?
Street. It was on the supplemental warrant in January.
Oh, that never got a quorum.
It never got a quorum, so it will probably likely come up. My understanding was that if you're not actively trying to sell it, you're responsible to clean it because we own it. So again, if that's the piece, we want to recommend that we try to actively sell it or lease it. So that
I guess you don't issue. I guess
Right.
you don't really have to, you just have to be trying.
you have
Trying.
to.
You just have to try.
Yeah,
to
you-
find it.
Every year.
We gotta do our due diligence to try to see if we can,
Yeah.
rent it to somebody for $1,000 a year. So let them maintain it.
You know,
Clean it.
because it's all that
There's
stuff
a
is
ton of,
still there, right?
there's a ton of
Yeah,
stuff
we'll-
in there.
Yeah. So the town would have to clean it out at least, right?
Not
You
necessarily.
might find somebody.
Well, I guess someone could,
Somebody to lease it and
Yeah, but
at
that's
a
a
reduced
buy. But if you're
value.
gonna lease it to try to bring some money into the town,
Yeah.
you've gotta clean it up. You don't have, like, people do rentals and they retrofit themselves. And usually when they retrofit, meaning that they renovate it to what they need it for, they say you get a month or 2 months free,
Mhm.
okay? And during that time, they get it ready to be up and operating. But then you have to check the septic system there. There has to be a bathroom there. There has to be at least a half bath in the building that's operating. That would be on the owner to provide, so water and sewer. And then they could do whatever they want there.
That was just similar to what we have over here, a bathroom. Just storage. It's storage area. Landscaper might rent it to put his truck in.
Oh.
His, his,
I haven't been in there,
lawnmowers
so
and
I don't
things
know
like
where
that.
is there like
There's a
a
garage
garage door?
door, I think, and I mean, it's not anything too.
There's a door, there's not, it's not a.
Well, there used to be a garage door.
I don't think it is anymore.
Well, Kevin, go, you going first, and we'll go after you.
You don't come out blowing.
Take it over. Clean it and put a door in, or if it
Well,
needs
see,
another
now
door.
there's a reason for that line item budget, get somebody in to assess it. I mean, we can give our opinion after we see it, but then it may not be the end opinion.
Maybe never cross over.
Exactly.
Right directly across the road. Would be a great candidate to want to rent it for be something at least per year. Or cleaning out the building and maybe adding a door or two or something. And, as storage space, no bathroom needed.
So that's where a little bit of that.
It's
So
right when you come into town.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot the
There's
old one.
no other business to come before us. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn the meeting at 5:36.
Second.
You have to make them.
Oh.
I'll make a motion
Yeah,
to adjourn the meeting.
second.
None, roll call vote.
Hey, yes.
Kevin Smith, yes.
Yes.
He probably has to.
Yes. Yep.